Alien Vendetta returns, and we'll be taking a look at maps 11 to 20. I don't want to go over the secret levels just yet, since I feel like my mind will explode because the upcoming series of levels are already very hard. Yeah, so this megawad ramps up in difficulty quite a lot, and I had to break my habit of not saving in the middle of levels many times during this playthrough. With that said, let's get into the weakest map of the set so far with map 11. This level is way too big and confusing. The player flicks switches and they don't know what those switches do, the map is annoying to navigate with tight cave structures, and overall it's not fun to play. At least the water and the mountains look cool, but those are the only two things that are holding this level together. At least map 12 gives us a more streamlined experience with a tech-based theme. There's a great teleporter ambush in this large open area which is fun to deal with, and these chain gunners inside of the narrow windows remind me so much of the Focus from Doom 2. This level is nothing special, and it's certainly not the best that Alien Vendetta has to offer, but competent is all it has to be in order to wash down map 11. Map 13 is where I would probably stop playing Alien Vendetta on casual playthroughs. This level is a straight up war, and while being oppressive is the map's goal, I find it to be a little too slaughtery. I mean, I feel like this level could have been trimmed down just a little bit and could have gotten to the highlights quicker. The teleporting imps is a great room, the cyber demon fight in the box maze is a tense set piece, the 9 fucking archviles that spawn in was such a surprise to me. All of that is great stuff, but I feel like the combat encounters around it could have been cut down a little. I still think map 13 is a quality level, but when I want to have fun in Doom, this isn't immediately what will spring to mind. The group of archviles was a good way to end the level though, and thank God that they give you the invincibility power up. However, even with the player being invincible, it's still a tricky fight to manage because you're waiting on the elevator up, and you feel each second that is draining from your power up, and holy fuck, this is brilliant. Map 13 certainly has some highlights for sure, but I feel like snappier pacing would have solved most of my issues. Map 14 starts right up and tries to fuck the player straight away with a monster ambush. I love this beginning, and the suffering continues with a group of pinkies near an enclosed elevator. These fucking map designers are demons, but I find map 14 to be pretty solid so far. I feel like after the fight with the cyber demons outside, the map starts to go downhill for a minute. The hordes of Caco demons don't work for me, and it feels tedious more than anything else trying to take him out. However, there are some more highlights with the archvile attack when you enter the red key room, and how a ton of revenants spawn after when you actually grab the key. Overall, I find map 14 to be a diet version of map 13, and it shares most of the same issues. The more incidental combat teeters on the edge of being slaughtery, and I'm not really impressed by that type of design. I do prefer the more compact, challenge-based approach to the earlier levels, but I do say that as a massive fan of Plutonia. Map 15 feels like another palette cleanser, and I love the demonic influence on display in this level. It really feels like hell has taken over the UAC facility, and I think it looks great. There's a wide open courtyard with a revenant battle, and I find this to be a decent set piece. The elevator sequence after that can get pretty tense because you have to kill a pain elemental as well as all of the Caco demons and revenants that start to seep in. There's yet another courtyard arena with a group of barons, hell knights, a cyber demon, and of course an archvile. It's a fine little set piece, and I feel like map 15 does a good job of balancing itself out. There are good set pieces, but the map also doesn't get bogged down in slaughtering 10 million zombie men. All I remember about map 16 is that it's the level with 6 cyber demons, and I'm not a fan of it. This combat scenario goes from a fun gimmick to quite annoying in like a minute, and I can do without map 16. I do think the ending area with hell fully taken over looks great though, and I like this little platforming section. So there's a cyber demon in the middle of map 17 in the small hallway, and at this point I can't be arsed. Map 17 is a short map, don't get me wrong, but I feel like so much of your success in this level is dependent on luck more than skill with navigating fighting the cyber demon and also waiting to kill all of the revenants before you open the red gate. I feel like map 18 picks up the quality a lot, and there's a couple of stunning set pieces in this level. I mean, I guess we should talk about the feature presentation with the massive room full of barons, revenants, spider masterminds, arachnotrons, and more. This room will take you quite a bit of time to dismantle, and I think this is an excellent section. You have to prioritize which parts you want to take down first, and then work your way up to the bigger targets. For instance, your best bet is to navigate to the side and kill the arachnotrons and mancubi, and then you go for the spider mastermind later on. This room is crazy, and it would have made a great finale to a great level. But no, they kinda spoil it with the actual last area filled with hit scanners and mancubi. I still think map 18 is a solid level though, and the massive room towards the end is wonderful. Map 19 is pretty decent, but I feel like it gets sandwiched between two amazing levels with map 18 and map 20. Let's give it some praise though, since there are some aspects of the map that I like. The arachnotron room is pretty tense, with their hit scan attacks, and the outdoor area towards the end with the imps, barons, and archvile can be a pain in the ass, but in a good way. I do feel like map 19 starts to overstay its welcome just a tiny bit, but the scale of this level doesn't even compare to map 20. Map 20 has been listed as the most memorable Doom level of all time. It has garnered so much critical praise, and it's the map of Alien Vendetta. Just like Toxic Touch, map 20 is more of an experience than an actual level. You begin outside of the pyramid, and the atmosphere right off the bat is fantastic. I love the outdoor Egyptian details, and the visuals are brilliant. When you start playing the level, you will travel through a pyramid and eventually climb up a volcano, and then you get back down to the pyramid as you reach the exit portal. Map 20 took me 45 minutes to finish, and for the most part, I was immersed into the experience, which I rarely am with other Doom maps. The mysterious, eerie music is great, and it helps keep your interest during some of the more slow parts of the level. Map 20 doesn't have the best signposting in the world, and it took me a little bit of time to get my bearings after my trip down the volcano, but I still found myself floored at the level's spectacle. I do like the long trek up the volcano, but if I had to criticize one aspect of the level, it would be that it can get pretty repetitive killing the same Hell Knights and Revenants over and over again. That being said, I fully understand how map 20 got all of the praise it did, and while the combat encounters do take a back seat, they aren't bad by any stretch. I like most of the battles in the level, but they are obviously less impressive than the overall design. Map 20 is a great way to end this video, and my time playing so far. What do you think of map 20 and the rest of Alien Vendetta's levels up to this point? While I'm more mixed on them than I was with maps 1 to 10, I did enjoy my experience, even though I also did get frustrated at points. Anyway, I would love to know your thoughts in the comment section down below about the quotes, greatest WAD of all time. Thank you for watching.